that I want to talk about, and it's something you see a lot, and I mean a lot in games, and it's carrying an insane amount of items on your person. Now I'm talking about absolutely insane. Now, I don't know about you, but as a man, sure, I can carry a couple of things in my pocket. Ladies, you got your handbag, you can carry a little bit extra than us. And even with a backpack, or even a hiking bag, there's only so much you can carry. But in video games, you can pretty much carry everything, and I mean literally everything. On top of your equipment, check, top left, focus on what I'm looking at. We've got healing items up the wazoo. We've got a whole bunch of food here. Drinks to ward off the cold and for healing. Here's some more trank bombs, flash pods, bombs. I've got 4 barrel bombs, and you've seen me play this. These things aren't tiny, they're as big as I am, but he just pulls it out of his fanny pack and cool, we're all set. 2 traps, 2 full-size traps, and on top of it charms to add power. And this is just my average stuff. Even Aloy, ladies and gentlemen, from Horizon Zero Dawn is not immune to carrying an insane amount of items on her at all times. I mean, you see the ones with the green symbols next to them. That's just the weapons that she has on her. Whereas I can swap to any one of these at all times, and I'm talking about this thing, this rope caster that can pin a monster down with massive bolts. She has arrows for every single weapon here known to man, explosives. I mean, and all she has is a quiver on her. Meanwhile, just all of this. I mean, check. If we look here, she's got these arrows here, 60 of each at all times, 12 of all of these bombs, 25 of this. And I mean, that's not even getting into, there's so many games that where you just carry an insane amount of weapons or items. But take the Doom guy from the Doom franchise, our protagonist from Grand Theft Auto 5, everyone. It's just a video game thing, but Jesus Christ, do they not make it look easy to carry all of these items. Next on our list, ladies and gentlemen, is something that eventually will happen to all of us, and that is romancing either the ladies or the gentlemen. Now in video games, it is pretty much easy. A few little text prompts here and there, and you're all good. Now I don't know about you, but I'm socially inept and I don't like talking to people. But put me in the shoes of a video game protagonist like Cassandra here, and I'm pretty much a smooth talking Casanova. Anyone. You can pretty much, in a multitude of games, just with a couple of presses here, the right dialogue options, and bam, you've got that. You can go and either have a relationship with the character, you can end up sleeping with them. It's that easy. Real life, 23 years, and I can guarantee you it's not as easy. Even with trying and even not trying, it is something that is difficult. Romance is not easy. And it's not just the Assassin's Creed franchise where this happens. Take the Mass Effect series, where the whole thing is about dialogue and choices, and you can pretty much sleep with anyone in that game. I've never played myself, but I'm aware that that is possible. God of War, the old God of War, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about is taking damage and recovering from said damage, right? Now, the Call of Duty franchise is notorious for it. You get hurt and you kind of just walk it off. You crouch down and you heal up. In later titles, they added this where you heal up with a serum. You inject yourself with a little bit of healing, but a lot of games, excluding Call of Duty, it's the same way. You take damage, you hunker down for a little bit, and you recover. Healing's really important. It's something that you can't do realistically. It's near impossible, but it's always so much funnier the way that it's done in game. Simply just put a bandage on or pull a bullet out of your arm and you're ready to go. Inject yourself with heaven knows what, and as a video game protagonist, you have possibly an infinite supply of stamina. And with that comes the next entry on our list, and the infinite ability to run everywhere at all times. Now, I know for a fact, me personally, I can barely run 100 meters and I'm gasping and wheezing for breath. But video games, running all the time without stop. And sure, some games pretty much have the system in place where there's a short stamina bar where after a little bit you need to recover. but then it's like a couple of seconds of just light jogging, and then you're back to sprinting all over the place. Okay, so the only entities I'll give a pass on the infinitely running thing, it's gonna be things like superheroes or people that have got powers, like say the Saiyans from the Dragon Ball Xenoverse series, or Jesse from Control, Raiden from Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, Spider-Man. I could go on forever. We're at the halfway point on this list, ladies and gentlemen, and this entry is stealth and being sneaky. Now, being sneaky pretty much in a lot of games requires you to A, hide in the bush, a premise that we're well aware of in plenty of games. You stay low and you stay in the bushes, or it also involves you crouch walking and staying down low the entire time. Sure, staying down low is pretty easy. It's something that we've been doing for a long time, since the Dark Ages. But to move around like this constantly, it ain't as easy as it seems. Just try it right now. Try and move back and forth between your home. Staying crouched, it is not as easy. I'm in the grass, no worries. His body will also not be found while we're in this grass. What to do when this big monster is about to brutalize you and end your day and absolutely just make you have a sour mood? Well, there's still stealth option here. Now, we're no stranger to hiding in grass to hide away and whatnot, but Monster Hunter takes us to a new level. Slap on some leaves and the monster instantly forgets where the hell you are. He knows you're around, but he's like, what? Where are you? Legit, it's called the ghillie mantle. I'm half covered, and now monster's like, no, I don't see him. I don't understand where he's gone. And for me, this just takes stealth in games to a whole new level. Honestly, I'm in a volcano wearing leaves and blue and gold armor, but to him, look, I'm right in front of him. But no, he can't see me. Next on our list, ladies and gentlemen, if it isn't obvious by now, is flying. Now, if there is air vehicles in a game, guarantee your character will be able to fly it. Regardless if they've flown a plane or a helicopter before, it makes no difference, they will. Like, take for example your characters in Grand Theft Auto 5. Most of them have never flown a plane, but they can do it. Rico here from the Just Cause franchise can pretty much fly anything, whether it be a helicopter. Helicopter isn't the only thing that Rico can fly, also a military fighter jet. Now, sure, I don't know about you guys, but I know I can't fly a plane, and even if you can, I doubt you'll be able to fly everything. But that doesn't stop our protagonists from being able to get their hands on any air vehicle and just on their way, all willy-nilly, no problem. So, yeah, I know a lot of us have probably played the simulator games, Flight Simulator, and that's hard. Whereas here, just a few clicks of a button and we're good to go. Regardless of the size of the aircraft, the complexity of the controls, it makes no difference. Our video game protagonists can do it without stress. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you've been in a fight before. I know I've been in, if I can say in my life, 5 fights, maybe. And that's really pushing it. But, even if you have, to fight one person is difficult enough. But to fight multiple people, damn near impossible. 2, maybe if you're really strong and really good at it, which would be a shame to think about if you're actually good at fighting. But taking on an army, pretty much a done deal in this game. In a lot of games, you can take on armies solo. Multitude of enemies die, at your blade. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you know this list isn't in any particular order, but these next three coming have to be some of the things that they make look the absolute easiest, but are one of the hardest things to do on this earth. Now, starting with this, riding horses. Now, I know this machine doesn't really count, but Aloy, at the time that she learns how to hack and override the machines, she hops onto it and she's riding like this, and she continues to ride like this the entire time, despite the fact that her people have never ridden machines, and she just takes off and makes it easy as all hell. I mean, this is a robotic buck of some kind, cow, or whatever the hell you want to call it, and she just rides it like no problem. Not sure, people have been trained to ride horses, there's many people that are good at it, but it's not as easy as they make it look. There's so many things where you be riding, shooting, fighting on these things. Yes, I know, ladies and gentlemen, technically Red Dead Redemption 2 should not be on this list because, well, riding the horse in this game is already tough as nails because anything and everything can buck you off, and the horse gets spooked of everything, so it's pretty much as real as it's gonna get. But I needed an excuse just to show some Red Dead Redemption 2 footage because this game is still one of the most beautiful games ever made, and it's just... Sure, everyone here in this world technically can ride a horse, no problem, but it's still a lot more easier, even with being able to do jumps and shoot and drift. It's even with some training and even with show horses, I'm pretty sure that's still a tough feat, whereas you just spend a little bit of time with your horse in this game, bam bam, they can pretty much do these things for you. You want to go out and shoot and rob a train, hell, your horse has got you. It'll keep up with the train, it'll come whenever you call it. So on that premise, I'm gonna say it a hell of a lot easier than real life. Ladies and gentlemen, the second most easiest thing, at least for me personally, has to be climbing. I don't know about you, but have you ever done rock climbing? It takes equipment, ropes, chalk, whereas Aloy here, just with her bare hands, she is chowing this mountain as if it doesn't exist. Look at this. I mean, sure, she's trained from it, but yarr, she's just absolutely brutalizing this mountain. Just a few ledges, a little bit of a rope here and there, and she's good. Look at this, hanging from fingertips. Look at that, easy. She makes it look so easy, whereas you and me try this, even if you are professionally trained and have climbed Everest, you're not climbing a mountain like this. Number one thing that grinds my gears, that is so easy in games, but is near impossible, at least for me personally, is fishing. Now, all you gotta do is pop a bit of bait on, cast, and just set. Real life, however, I've been... I'm going on 23 now. I can count on one hand how many fish I have caught. But in games, you just easy peasy. Look at this. By the time I finish this entry, I can promise you I will have caught a fish. He's not even fighting. Whereas, come real life, I've gone weekends, full weekends without catching anything. Now, it doesn't matter on the size of this fish, it makes no difference, because honestly, I've never ever caught a fish this quickly in my life. So now all we do again, pop a cricket on there. Now we've had special bait, we've done the right things, and it makes zero difference. But John here, telling you again, just a little bit of a cricket, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, everything else pales in comparison by how easy it is. But to catch multitudes of fish, and hell, half of the time you cast and they just scatter. Whereas here, oh, look at that. Bite, and we're good. $50 says I'm gonna in one reel, I'll probably catch this thing. It's just, it's infuriatingly easy. I guess I was wrong. But either way, I could probably just walk into this river and pluck the fish out. That's how easy it is. Let's see what we get. Oh, is that a salmon? This is the only way I'm ever gonna catch trout. Shows how much I don't catch fish often, so how the hell am I supposed to know what it is? But I'm keeping this bad boy. That's the only trout I'm ever gonna catch in my entire life.